Let's go ahead and talk about a name that just keeps on coming up in fall camp real quick. A sophomore safety, Reggie Powers. And let me tell you, it's not just hype. It's not just hype anymore. This is a young guy that's turning into one of the most exciting stories on Oklahoma's roster in fall camp. You talk about how much Venables has praised this young man. Reggie Powers has been on Brent Venables' tongue a lot. That did not sound right, but you know what I mean. His name has been coming out of the mouth of Brent Venables very often here in fall camp. Brent Venables hasn't just mentioned Reggie Powers in passing or kind of bringing him up in groups along with other men, but he's gone out of the way to single him out time and time again. And some of the things that Venables has said recently, talking about how he loves Reggie Powers, his passion, his energy, intensity, playmaking. He talked about how the coaching staff has got to find a way to get that dude on the field. Even my personal favorite, how he was talking with Toby Rowland, and he said he's a stick of dynamite. He's like a grenade. He's energized like a sponge. He soaks everything in. When your head coach is that vocal about such a young player, it's not just coach talk anymore. It means that Reggie Powers is showing out in practice and in real competition, actually popping out off the page. He is 3D among a bunch of 2D, which that's not true. Maybe he's 4D among a bunch of 3D. He is just popping out off the paper and making himself being seen by the coaching staff, and specifically the head coach, who is just emphatic about how much he loves this kid and how much he has grown. Now, let's rewind just a little bit, because going back to last year as a freshman, Powers only played for 21 defensive snaps. 21. But don't overlook him and his experience, because he was a big contributor on special teams with 118 snaps, and kind of laid the groundwork for him getting his nose out there, getting his feet wet just a little bit. Fast forward to this year, and you look at how he has been practicing from spring, summer into fall camp. He's playing multiple roles. He's playing in as strong safety and cheetah, and kind of practicing as both. He's getting first team reps in fall camp right now. That's how much this coaching staff believes in him and believes that he's a competitor. He's competing directly with Peyton Bowen, while also kind of being in that mix to try to replace that Billy Bowman role that was left behind. And that's a huge jump in responsibility for Reggie Powers, and much deserving. In an interview, Reggie Powers even kind of admitted to learning two different positions and how it isn't easy. But he said that, I'm quoting here, he said, I'm blessed to be in this opportunity. And he talked about how much he's prepared for it. And that's nothing new for him, really. Going back to high school, he played multiple positions there. He knows that versatility, and he knows that the versatility that he offers is his ticket to getting more playing time, to getting himself on the field. And he's embracing it. He's embracing it and taking it in. And of course, from what we've heard from Brent Venables, it is absolutely being shown and it's being recognized out there in fall camp. With his mental development, that's one thing that I think has been very impressive with Reggie Powers. It's really been that mental growth. And Reggie Powers even kind of talked about how mentally he feels like he's become a much faster player in interviews, kind of taking steps to become better each and every day, taking one step at a time, and making everything that needs to be center focused, everything else, keeping it out, keeping the main thing. That's what they like to say there on the team. Think about the progression that he's taken with starting back in high school, and how he showed his raw talent, his raw speed, everything that he has, and what he's able to offer. As he's kind of prepared himself a little bit more and more. I think you think of a freshman. I guess last season it would have been, he was really absorbing, like Brent Venables said, he's a sponge, absorbing all of that knowledge, absorbing everything and learning under a guy like Billy Bowman. And then now as a sophomore, it's showing some of his confidence, his preparedness, and how much he's really developed himself and being developed by the coaching staff and getting himself into the position that he is right now. That's the trajectory that you'd like to see with any of your young players, especially when they are as talented and as capable as Reggie Powers. So he deserves the Sooner Spotlight of the week right now, and as we go into it, and this is something that we're going to be doing every week, bringing out some spotlight players and talking about how they have improved and really shown themselves to be a spotlight and earning that position. So here's the bottom line with Reggie Powers. He's not just a depth piece anymore. He's forcing his way onto the field. He's getting recognized by the media, by the coaching staff, by the head coach himself. And when Brent Venables himself tells his staff that they have to find a way to get this dude on the field, that's not just background noise. That's not just coach talk anymore. That's a young player becoming a difference maker. And that's exactly what Reggie Powers is doing. So my prediction for Reggie Powers, as much as we're hearing about him here as of recent, here in just the last couple of weeks, expect Reggie Powers to be out there on the field quite a bit and one of Oklahoma's breakout defenders in 2025. You know, I think when you think of last season and even seasons outside of that, there have been many times where Oklahoma has had that breakout player, that guy that, holy cow, look at what he's done this season and where did he come from? With Xavier Robinson on the offensive side of the ball. You had Eli Bowen over on the defensive side of the ball. Danny Stutzman was that player a few seasons ago. Even Billy Bowman, I think 2 seasons ago, was that player that, wow, what the heck? Like, look at the progression, the big jump that he's made. And of course, we've seen several players do that. I think that Reggie Powers is absolutely in that seat to be able to get himself into some playing time here, and significant playing time is what I believe.